Health. Now, this is not a decoration. This is an token of appreciation for you, esteemed viewer. Thank you so much for loving Church of Uganda Family TV. Thank you so much for supporting us. And you are the reason we brought this home. And of course, we continue to commit to giving you the very best in a family-friendly content here at Church of Uganda Family TV. Now, we are looking at self-care, and of course today we know that from the 1st of August to 7th, that is normally a breastfeeding week, but the entire month of August is dedicated to breastfeeding. Now today we are looking at the importance of self-care in nutrition, especially for breastfeeding mothers, and of course most of our talk will be rotating around breastfeeding mothers, although we are looking at self-care as a whole. Edrine Mukalazi is my name, and with us of course is Daniel Kamara, who is a clinical nutritionist. Now, just remind you that this program is brought to you by the Ministry of Health in partnership with Child Investment Fund and Makerere University. Of course, they are the reason we are here to talk about self-care. Daniel, it's a pleasure having you this evening.
Thank you so much, Edrine.
I'm
happy to be here.
Ever since we last had you here.
Because probably there was no search for me.
No, we probably had not gotten something in which you're passionate.
That is relevant.
Your passion is in nutrition.
Yes, I am a nutritionist by passion and calling. And I work with Bwindi Community Hospital. Okay. It's located in Kanung District. It is 546 kilometers away from this very city center here. And
our mighty city.
You don't need to put mighty since it's already a city.
I have to.
So, but also support Ministry of Health and Non-Communicable Diseases.
Okay.
Yes.
And today we are glad to have you talk about self-care in nutrition. Now, starting from nutrition, I know you're passionate about nutrition, but we shall later look at self-care and why it is important for breastfeeding mothers to practice self-care and how they can practice it. But let's start with nutrition as a whole and the tenets of nutrition and self-care that you can share with us.
Thank you so much. So, so when you talk about self-care, just like every person knows, this is self-love that involves or it does not involve a health worker. It is the spiritual, physical well-being that can involve or not involve a health worker. And self-care has going to be a multidisciplinary approach, just like different health specialties have been here talking about self-care since day one. And now when we talk about nutrition, Mr. Edrine, nutrition is an independent variable. Okay. You remember research, independent variables and dependent variables. The other factors come to depend on this one independent variable.
Nutrition.
Now, nutrition or other sectors, according to statistics, 75% of health conditions are preventable. And when we say they are preventable, that means most of these conditions actually are nutrition related. They are wash, hand hygiene. You know, when you visit the toilet, it's of a good courtesy to wash hands with soap. I say person just moving around. Before you eat, it's very important for you to wash hands, but you're not bothered, you know. Before you do anything, you know, you should be mindful of the practices. You should be mindful of what you are eating. So nutrition and self-care means that the person is able to identify what they want according to their body needs, according to their body requirements. What they eat, do they spend it? And are they able to contribute to the community? I think you're understanding my point.
I'm getting it.
Yes, because now nutrition, okay, what do you understand by the word self-love? In the modern society, if I said that I love myself,
I do what gives me peace.
Exactly. And if I said I want to support myself,
I invest in myself.
People believe that it is going for a pizza. It's going for, you know, it's going for the highly advertised foods to offer self-care, which is not true. Self-care, it's a moment of reflection about how you are, where you are from, what you want in the future, in relevance to health statistics. For example, you all see that the non-communicable diseases have risen or have increased for the last 5 years. And 1 in 4 Ugandans, as we are speaking here on the Family TV, are either obese or overweight. And very important to note is that women are leading in these statistics. But the same person, you find they are shouting that they want to do self-care in the name of the junk food, in the name of the street food. I do not want to shout a lot about this. That's not self-care. That's actually being selfish.
But self-love.
That's selfish.
It's what gives them peace.
It is being selfish. I posted a picture of recent when a person is actually, another person, his stomach is having vegetables, fruits, he's having some cowpeas, some yellow bananas. Another one person has pizzas, burgers, omelets, and the person is big and this one is looking healthy. Who of these has self-care, and among these who is selfish?
Depending on the perspective.
Not perspective at all. Because now we are talking about self-care. And we said that it can happen in the presence of a health worker or not. Remember, when you're having any disease, if you went to a health facility, they can determine by saying that you can either go back home, you'll get well. But when you are away, it is again on self-care that will determine your prognosis or your health outcomes very fast. That's why if we all got malaria today, maybe we are diagnosed with malaria, I may recover faster than you. You understand? All that comes from self-care. Therefore, nutrition, it's a whole multidisciplinary approach. Integrating nutrition into self-care is really indeed novel. Therefore, nutrition, when we say nutrition, when it is observed healthy, in which ways? 1, ensure that you eat healthy. Eating healthy means that your plate has half of it fruits and vegetables, a quarter carbohydrates, a quarter proteins. You eat with love, you eat with savor, you eat loving yourself, you eat with a care. When you eat knowing what you're eating, it creates that relevance in the back mind. Number 2, eating healthy means meal timing. Imagine it is 11 p.m. and you are running to buy bread. You are taking milk at 11 p.m. You are eating rice, posho, it's already 11 p.m. And you well know that you're not going to spend this energy. You know that you are actually going to store all this. Now, you are doing a disservice to yourself. All that is going to heap within your body, and it is going to aid the development of the non-communicable diseases. Number 3, portion control. Banange, just eat knowing that food is there. Food is there. Yes, when you're in the meetings, just know food will come, and food will always come. So don't feel excited because of the presence of food, and you eat lots. Or you put on imagine this plate. I'm going to give an example. You put posho, you put rice, you put matoke, you put this cocoyam, you put gonja, and you've not been seeing them at once. Now you have 5 carbohydrates on the same plate. What's the problem, my friend? You will not eat the food and finish it. Even tomorrow food will be there in the same way. That means that portion control is self-discipline.
What about if I can actually finish that food?
So I was still talking about portion control. When a person is able to know portion control, just like I have been telling people, portion control is your fist size. This fist equals the amount of carbohydrates you need, and you should not actually exceed more than 2 carbohydrates.
Please,
that is self-care, Edrine.
Let us go slow in this.
Yes.
When you talk about fist size, does it mean that when I get, for example, my ugali, I put it in my fist and I put it on a plate?
By using your eyes. Yes, by using your eyes. Can't you say there's a sweet potato equivalent to your fist? The matoke, if you are serving, can't you tell her to reduce, saying it is equivalent to your fist? Do you know that in the village you have cups that they can say this one is for 1 kilogram, this is for half kilogram, this is for a quarter? Haven't you seen those people in the villages doing that? So the same estimates that were made before, they're the same portion controls. Even you have reducing plate method. I am happy for certain hotels that they are promoting self-care indirectly. Maybe they know, because I've seen different dinner plates, and I've seen certain hotels have reduced dinner plates. I'm happy for you. Dinner plate
it's a
should be
disservice
small,
to us, the
meeting
clients.
your demands. When dinner plate is extremely big, it aids people to eat a lot, and that's not self-care. When you eat a lot, you become uncomfortable in the meeting or wherever at home. You are not productive. You become drowsy. You feel sleepy. You start... you know the next statement. But of course, you know that when a person overeats, that's not self-care. You don't feel comfortable. And you're not comfortable, you do not really do self-care. The third point I want to talk about eating or health eating is ensuring that you shop from local markets.
Before we get to that third point, still about portion control. So you talked about feast size for carbohydrates. Is this supposed to be
it is
for all?
Remember, a health eating plate has 3 parts. It has half of it fruits and vegetables. Then yes, it has 3 parts. You draw a circle, for example, a circle. All plates are in circular. Maybe the ones I've seen like oval and so ever. So half of it fruits and vegetables, a quarter carbohydrates, a quarter proteins. That means when dividing your plate at start, it should be 2-sided. You put then, but with your eyes of estimation, you know that I've put 6 pieces of meat. Is this a quarter? I've put
them in one corner, so it might be a quarter.
No, it should be on one level. Again, when we talk about eating plate, people are going to put carbohydrates. That should be 2, because we said a quarter. Now a quarter is going to be like my head, and again, vegetables, they will be like on my eye level. Carbohydrate is on my head level. Vegetables on my eye level, and the sauce on my nose level. No. The plate should be leveled. You understand what I'm saying? The plate should be leveled for us to ensure that we are promoting self-care. But self-care, just know, it begins from household. I want to talk about how it begins from household. Individuals form households. Households form communities. Communities form Uganda. See now where the cascade begins from. It's the same cascade for malnutrition. Suppose I am eating unhealthy. You understand? And maybe at one point I got stunting or wasted. Now the body will realize that I was nutrient deficient and will want to compensate in future. In that manner, I get a lady who was also nutrient deficient. Now we deliver a child who's already what? Malnourished. So in the same nutrition cascade, the same as self-care. When you neglect it now, you start eating a lot. You start not minding about the time you are eating. You start going to supermarkets instead of whole markets. You love supermarkets because it has lots of processed, sugary, refined, ultra. I cannot even describe the statements. And every day you want to take a product, you are addicted to soda. You are addicted to all those. You are eating what your eyes want and what the taste bud want, but not what the body wants. That's where the problem comes.
So does the body at one point demand for what it wants?
Yes.
For example, when you're fatigued, the body will tell you that you need to rest. So does the body a request for nutrients?
Yes, the body does. We have what you call hidden hunger. Most people actually are suffering this unintentionally. They are not actually aware that they are iron deficient, that they don't have enough calcium, that do not have enough vitamin A, that do not have enough zinc, unless they go to the hospital and they do some certain biochemical indicators and they say, you've been having no iron all this time, but you've been working, you've been doing your homework, and now you'll be admitted of malaria and they are transfusing you. And you want to ask yourself. So there are very many indicators, like is a fatigability, it's an indicator that actually you don't have enough micronutrients. So that means your self-care needs to be stepped up. Number 2, anxiety-related issues, they're actually related to eating of processed products in a plenty. Stress-related issues, especially anxiety. When you are eating most of the street junk, fast fried foods, you are likely to be anxious all the time. The body will demand whole foods when actually you will start bringing whole food. Actually, the body is telling you, "Ngai banange, you've brought them late." Imagine now you come to the hospital, we do your total cholesterol, and we tell you, "Oh, it's beyond the threshold." Now we have to start vegetables seriously. Now you start eating vegetables. Now even when you are telling your friend, say banang, I'm even more than an animal. I no longer eat meat. I no longer eat this. Now you are sounding vulnerable, but the body is the one now telling you that please step up, you are off track. When you go to the hospital and they tell you that you are prehypertensive, you are not yet having hypertension, please, you have to do this ABCD. Now the body is trying to tell you that, please, I need this, but you prioritize this. The taste buds will always lie to you. The eyes do not say thank you, but the body always says thank you in silence. When the body is prioritized for self-care in nutrition, number one, you'll not easily get sicknesses. You'll be immune competent. You know? You will be a thriving and a competent individual in the public. You'll be waking up early in the morning. You'll be an energetic person. You'll be able to contribute to the country patriotically and all other ways.
So, before we go for a break, the big question is junk bad?
Yes, it is bad.
Completely bad?
Yes, it is bad. It is a cross-end question. You want me to say something about why it is bad? Yes, it is bad. But
why is junk bad?
Junk is bad because number one, these foods have high sugar levels.
Okay.
And remember, this junk can be found in supermarkets, can be found on the streets, can be these high appealing food products, high advertised, persuasive, come and eat me, come and see me, you know. Food should not induce you. You understand?
It should, especially if you're hungry.
Shouldn't induce you. When you are the one supposed to select the food you want.
I've just seen adverts where they say, I think finger licking.
Now, number two, when actually you indulge in eating a lot of these foods, they are high in trans fats. You know trans fats? You've been seeing about trans fats. They have, now when you eat a lot of those foods, the way you have ever cooked beef and slept over, you see that fat layer on top. Now the way you eat it, it's the way it goes into the vegetable oils. They are high in vegetable oils. Another thing, they are high in salt. Oh my goodness. To the extent they even sprinkle for you salt as you're going to go. They say, oh, even these egg vendors, they have gone ahead even to carry salt to show you that they have learned Uganda. They will even give you salt. Please. they pack for you an egg and put salt for 3 eggs. That means we have left self-care to selfishness. You are being selfish to yourself. You are neglecting the body.
Well, we are taking a short commercial break, but when we return, I want us now to base, when we come back, we shall base now on the breastfeeding mothers. How can they practice self-care in order to yield the 6 months exclusive breastfeeding, but also to stay healthy, and then, they reach a point of not feeling drained because of breastfeeding. We are coming back shortly. Stick with us. Welcome back from the break. This is Family Hour, our Tuesday edition, where we talk about health. And of course, we are still continuing with self-care. And of course, we want to appreciate the Ministry of Health together with the Child Investment Foundation and Makerere University for being part of this series on self-care, but also sponsoring. Child Investment Authority is, Child Investment Foundation is sponsoring these talk shows together with Makerere University. And of course, Ministry of Health is implementing the talk shows. And of course, that's why we are here now. We are talking about self-care and the importance of self-care in nutrition. Now, we looked at self-care and how you can practice self-care. There are small things you can do. You can regulate what you eat. It's not that you're supposed to eat everything, and not that everything on market is for you. No, at the end of the day, you'll suffer the NCDs alone. So you'll be alone in the Heart Institute, you'll be alone in the Cancer Institute, you'll be alone in the Diabetic Clinic. Therefore, it's not that everything on market is supposed to be yours. No, even when the advert is so enticing, it's not yours. It's not yours. So that's what we are talking about. But we say that we now want to switch to the breastfeeding mothers. Daniel, unless there's something we left out that you want to conclude with before we switch to the breastfeeding mothers.
We can switch and still shall come back. I think that's no problem.
Okay.
Because we are.
So let's talk about this breastfeeding mother. Of late, research shows that very many, especially young women, don't want to breastfeed. And even those that breastfeed, it's a few that make it to the 6 months of exclusive breastfeeding. Before you know, for 1 month or 2 months, someone is already looking for what are they called? They're already looking for
infant formulas.
For formulas to use, but also the nature of maybe workspaces. However, we want to see how a mother, why it is important for a mother to practice self-care, a breastfeeding mother practicing self-care in what they eat.
Number one, thank you so much. Breastfeeding itself is self-care. Breastfeeding itself is self-care. Remember, breastfeeding this child, there is the whole being of you become. You are not a mother. You don't know what I'm speaking about. I'm speaking as an advocate for the breastfeeding mothers. You're also not a mother. So, but you know what we call maternal depression. Most people who get it is a result of not breastfeeding very well. Number two, breastfeeding, it is self-care in a continuum process in a way that the mother's bond to the baby is complete. The behavior, the attitude, the character of these children are interlinked with the breastfeeding. For the mother to fully exercise self-care in the breastfeeding, number one, has to eat at least 5 times a day. 3 times and 2 additional times, because you can't give what you don't have. Yes. You cannot say that you want to breastfeed 8-12 times the recommended ones and you haven't eaten. And after you start complaining, I don't have breast milk. Yes, you do not have. Where are you going to get the breast milk? You get the point?
Natural. It's a natural process.
And you asked a good question. The exclusive breastfeeding keeps on dropping, and especially from the 3rd month. You know the reason? Because at 3rd month, most mothers, especially in the urban settings, they try to pretend, leave is done, I have to live here. My baby is grown up. Now, infant formulas. Myths and misconceptions. Also the advertisement of these breastfeeding substitutes. That infant formula fed children are the ones looking nice, are the ones that gain weight,
they grow fat,
and remember, they contribute to the obesity now in children that we are seeing. Therefore, the theme for this year has been about prioritizing breastfeeding, creating sustainable systems. When you talk about prioritizing, it means that even your husband prioritizes breastfeeding. You understand? Even the mother prioritizes, even your neighbor, even your community where you work from, even your department, people are aware that you're breastfeeding. Imagine, did you know that actually when a woman gets pregnant, but have you ever seen your friend breastfeeding? Why? I thought if a person actually being pregnant is more, because we all know what you did.
But I mean, they need to get back to shape. That's the reason they give.
No.
They need to get back to shape.
First wait.
And then the breast, will lose shape and things like that. Those are the reasons they give us. Anyway.
If a person is pregnant, we are all aware. But breastfeeding becomes a problem. Why? Because we are not prioritizing breastfeeding. We see it as one of maybe traumatizing stigma. Oh, I'm seeing that lady's she's breastfeeding the child in the bus, in the church. People have to first move out. No, let them breastfeed wherever they are. Breastfeeding is self-care to mothers, to the babies. Self-care actually can be transferred. You can transfer self-care. If you have like 100,000, you can transfer it to my account and say that's self-care for you. Go and practice self-care.
And the reverse is also true. I need some self-care
now,
this evening.
Now, to the husbands, they have a lot to do to enable mothers practice self-care together with their babies. Number one, just like we said, a mother has to eat 5 times. But this is a breastfeeding mother. Most of them are not working. You understand? Provision is important. We have crying babies that cannot even allow this woman rest. And resting is part of self-care. Sleeping a maximum of 7 to 9 hours per night. Now imagine
everybody you are breastfeeding mother.
Every person. Now imagine this woman slept standing, the baby is crying. The next morning she's standing, she's on to cook, she's on to wash everything, she's burdened, she's also stressed. She will not like the child. Because herself, she's not feeding herself. You understand? So the husbands play a critical role in. And again, we are saying that if it is self-care, breast milk is for babies. It's not for men. Well, recently we were on a meeting, Twitter space, and some person from Tororo, he said, yes, here, men are taking, we actually take the breast milk because it's cultural. We believe it bonds us with our wives. And so self-care in breastfeeding is a continuum, an ongoing process.
Last year, during the breastfeeding week at Kawala Health Center for the KCCA facility, the head of unit said that women come complaining that they do not get ample time for, their children do not, their babies do not breastfeed for the
required time,
recommended number of times, because part of the times are taken by
the men. Oh my goodness. And that's not self-care. You can imagine a man doing that.
Anyway,
that's not self-care.
We leave men
so
alone.
Now breastfeeding
and
is
we stick to mothers.
Yes, but mothers, of course, they cannot do it alone.
Okay.
Just like we are saying. And now there's like a part, prioritize breastfeeding, creating sustainable systems. What are sustainable systems? We need things that are long-lasting. You understand? We don't just need things of shouting here and then we disappear. No. We need to say that each department, for example, family TV here, where is your breastfeeding space?
The other side.
Are you sure?
You saw renovations going on.
Okay.
So it is in
we shall not go there. But what we're saying is that each workspace should have a breastfeeding space. And not just a space. I saw one breastfeeding place of a certain place, I will not say it. It was just a room, and babies were just put on a mattress down. There were actually 3 babies. And care attendants were also sleeping with them down on the mattress. Literally, there's no table, there's no bed. The bottles were there for the children.
Isn't that being too much for a workplace? Will it turn into a baby, what is it called?
It's not a baby center. It's not a baby center at all. Remember, we are saying that at least per 2 hours, a mother should breastfeed the child. But also should have the urgeness within the breast. If these women are breastfeeding, there's usually that urgeness that comes closer to you, compelling you to go and see your children. And the same manner, if a mother is practicing self-care, every 2 hours you should go and check on your baby. That means if there is a breastfeeding place at your workplace, you are prioritized and you're giving time to your baby. It also increases staff turnover, and also empowering them. It does not create that stigma. I'm going to deliver my second child, but this new employment, chizibu. No. we are creating safe spaces, sustainable systems. Another way of creating sustainable systems is actually putting a role about breastfeeding. You know, when there are roles, it can help us all the time. But also empowering the community. Breastfeeding, we need to go back to the community level. Okay. Because if we say self-care should be individualized, and now we are speaking it here, we've not reached to Buyukwe, to the VHT down there. You are with us in the Butebo district. Mm-hmm. You saw how people are very many there. Have you reached them out? Do they embrace breastfeeding? Maybe that's why mixed feeding comes around. Mixed feeding is the introduction of feeds to the children or the babies before they make 6 months. And mixed feeding actually includes even an infant formula. It includes cow's milk, soya, pumpkin, porridges, whatever you give. As long as it is not breast milk, it is mixed feeding. Most people want us to romance some things. They want us to say, but infant formula is similar, is next to, or can it be no? Breast milk is breast milk.
These days we see innovations that have come with breast milk banks. For example, very many facilities. There's one at Mwana Mujimi in Mulago, one in Zambia, and I think other facilities. So how about this? How does it even operate?
That's one way of creating sustainable systems. Okay. The Ministry of Health has done a wonderful job because they're looking for strategies for enhancing exclusive breastfeeding till 6 months, but also supporting the young babies who are born before the dates, especially the preterm babies. You understand? So now, due to that, they are creating actually breast milk banks. We have mini banks here, but we have another one in the Eastern Uganda, and they are trying to enhance the one for Kawempe National Referral Hospital. Now, if you hear the call, please come and donate your breast milk. For those who have excess, because I said
I thought it is a mother who comes with their milk. You keep it there and you pick it anytime you want it.
It's going to be like a drive, just like you do blood donation. It's going to be breast milk donation. Yes, but very unfortunate you'll not be able to donate anything. Therefore,
no, I'm speaking for mother out there. We need to understand this very well. I look at a mother. People have are saying that, for example, if you breastfeed from a mother who had genes of stubbornness, then the stubbornness will be transmitted into you. So I look at a child being breastfed on breast milk of whose mother they don't know.
Well, that's a nice question, I may say, but we need more studies to regeneralize this so that our public is free protected. Just like you say, Brad.
There are a lot of misconceptions.
Just like you see, Brad, it has to be first matched to fully know who converts and who is eligible to have this. Therefore, breast milk banks are here to support us, and they are here to support especially the prematures. And these prematures, remember, especially maybe the mother has died immediately after childbirth. Maybe the mothers do not have breast milk at all, and yet we need this child to be on the breast milk, and other incidences that we think that, but it's one of the ways that Ministry of Health has created or is trying to enhance and create sustainable systems.
If I am a mother, for example, and I deliberately don't want to breastfeed my child, can I donate this milk but also send my maid to this facility to be picking this milk?
But again, if you are deliberately doing that, means you have a fridge at home, and we know that the milk from the breast, you can actually on a room temperature can last for 6 to 8 hours. Then the one for fridge 3 days. Then the one for deep freezer a long time. You understand? That means if you have a fridge at your home, get your breast pump, do it, store your milk at home. Why would you rush into the breast milk banks? Yes, and so much more. And of course, just creating sustainable systems again goes back to self-care. May need to know about themselves, need to explore themselves, and they need to know who qualifies to do this and is not qualified to do this.
So is there a specific nutrition chain that a breastfeeding mother should follow?
Chain as in...
I mean, is there, for example, you say that you have half of the plate fruits and vegetables.
Wow. Now
and
we have the 6 focal points of breastfeeding.
Okay.
1, a mother should be prepared for breastfeeding during pregnancy.
Okay.
Actually, some studies in NHS showed that mothers should be prepared before pregnancy. But WHO has 6 points. 1, during pregnancy. 2, after childbirth. 6 points of seeing a breastfeeding counselor, a nutritionist, or whoever, to guide you, enable you touch your breast to the baby very well. Do not give the baby only the nipple, rather the whole tissue and whatsoever. Number 3, at the 3rd day of child delivery, you should see a counselor, or a counselor should see you when you're in the hospital. In the young child clinics, you should be taught or assisted or educated. You understand? And in the postnatal clinic, or when the mothers return. That means that you should always be in the health facilities all the time and be assisted. Health eating, just like I said, health eating, a mother who has delivered, or a lactating mother, a breastfeeding mother. Normal people, I should eat 3 times. Breakfast, lunch, and supper. But a mother who has delivered, who is breastfeeding, should eat 2 extra meals. That means now there are now 5. And these meals should be whole meals. They can be heavy snacks, but they should be whole meals that meet your requirements. There are some babies who breastfeed and you feel they have really taken away.
Sucking your heart.
Exactly. Sucking your heart.
Sucking your heart out.
But very important to note that breastfeeding mothers who have self-care are empowered mothers.
Okay. So before we leave that, we also have mothers who take plenty of porridge, and when someone gives birth, they'll look for that biggest bowl, and that is where they take their porridge from. They no longer use cups. So is that also self-care?
Yes, it is. The women who breastfeed should actually take maximum 5 liters daily, minimum 3.7 of fluids. It can be water, it can be that millet porridge, it can be soya porridge, it can be juice, it can be whatsoever. All fluids, because breast milk is totally water. It's 99% water, especially after 2 weeks of delivery. But remember, the child needs that breast milk, not the other environmental foods that you want to set in.
Okay. So still about self-care and nutrition. For breastfeeding mothers, you talked about men supporting their wives. So where is the man's role in all this that we are talking about?
Food security.
Okay.
Food security lies on 4 pillars. Availability. Make sure your house has foods. You can also see that there are books of Irish water is there. 1 sack of posh is there. 1 sack of rice is there. Yeah? Availability. Accessibility.
I look at an average family.
Make sure food should be available. Even if it is 1 kilogram, okay, but make sure food is accessible.
But when we talk about
3, make sure it is utilized. Support your wife, cook for them, show them love. You understand? Cook for them, utilize the food. Sustainability, make sure food is always there.
Okay.
When you don't have money these days, when you are speaking, they listen, but they don't listen. Number 2, there are different ways they can support.
Yeah.
Social conversations, talking about the future of your baby. Most men do not consider those discussions relevant.
They're busy looking for, the demands are many. They're busy looking for food, for money.
But remember, you can support your wife in different avenues, and it is possible. Yeah. Another way, men can actually support their wives to go back to health facilities. You understand? For checkups, for any issues with their baby, supporting your wife to breastfeed empowers them. If she wanted to stop at 4 months, she'd say, but you see, Mr. Edrine, he's a supportive man. Let me keep here. So, but if you're not supported, even the man you see him is Rause.
Kamara, you see Kamara is...
Therefore, self-care is indeed holistic, and women, parents, Men who observe it, especially in all periods, even out of breastfeeding season, even out of self-care season, we are still talking about self-care. Because number one, it reduces the hospital attendances and reattendances. Number two, the statistics for non-communicable diseases. I want to echo them again because they have increased. Cancers have developed. The number three I want to talk about, medical checkups is a form of self-care under nutrition. You should not finish a year, you add on another year when you don't know your blood pressure. Stop. You should not enter another year as we are celebrating, oh, Happy New Year. Go next day to know your blood sugars. Oh my goodness. Don't just leave the year. You know, you are 35 years and you don't know your blood pressure for sure. You want first feel the urgency to urinate a lot at night. You also want to first feel that you are eating and not getting satisfied. You also want to feel that you have a lot of thirst. The thirst cannot be quenched by water until they say, oh, you have diabetes. Go and find out your total cholesterol in the body. The total fat that you have. How is it? You know? That's a form of self-care. Go and find out your body mass index. Do not be excessive. Do not be too big.
Extra large.
XXL. But
extra large. It's easier.
But you can look into yourself and always know your weight, your height, your body mass index. You know. Actually, now we do the waist hip ratio circumference. You know, your hips and your waist should be equivalent. You know, men, when you get a lot of abdomen, the bum goes, and now we typically say yes. You're not doing self-care.
Public opinion comes.
And public opinion matters. Therefore, make sure you do medical checkup, nutritional medical checkup, nutrition assessment. Go and be assessed all the time. You know? And you will be assisted. Go and find out how your renal are functioning, your renals, your kidneys, you know, your liver. Those enzymes are very essential to determine your longevity and how you are doing. Because nutrition is a whole, and when people actually do these nutrition checkups, they find out novel things about their bodies. Maybe you find the total fat is big and they're like, I don't even eat meat. What's the problem? But the nutritionist will say, I'll guide you. You reduce the weight, you burn the fat, and you look healthy. And different avenues. For people who are making the muscles, good job. Exercises is very important. Minimal exercises. You should not do exercises that are too much, intense. You know, you'd rather 30 minutes, at least 5 times a week.
So what if I do 2 hours for one day and I don't do again for
consistency is important. That means that we want you to be consistent. We don't want you to do wholesome, again sleep. It's like telling me, okay, I am from the gym, but I want to take 2 kilograms of pork. You understand? Or I want to eat a lot of carbohydrates because I'm from the gym, and again you sleep. That means there is no difference. You understand?
In a minute, give us your closing remarks as we wind up this discussion.
Thank you so much, Mr. Edrine. And of course, I want to thank the Ministry of Health for putting us this voice to air out key health information to the public. And of course, I would like to say that self-care is indeed individualistic, it is holistic, and it brings a person whole self-love. I want to say that eating junk, eating highly advertised, persuasive junk, street, ultra refined, high salty food does not indicate self-care. I would rather want to say that self-care eliminates unhealthy eating. Self-care means that you're observing everything that enters your mouth. Because you love yourself, self-respect is a form of self-care. When you respect your mouth, not everything you see should enter your mouth. I would want to say that for breastfeeding mothers, keep on doing what you're doing. Change, adapt, because now you're a new person. Breastfeed your child. Your breasts will not sag. Even if they sag, even they had already fallen. Because even these girls are not breastfeeding where their breasts have fallen. So what does that mean? It means that it is a physiological change. Go on and breastfeed your children. Rather, go away from luxury. You understand? Leave the luxury. But rather leave, of course, give the best gift to your children by breastfeeding. I want to thank you.
how I wish you also put a disclaimer and you owned, especially the last lines that you said. I'm not entirely responsible for the last statements about losing shape. But thank you so much for watching. It's been a very interesting one. Thank you so much. And of course, as a mother, you know what to do, and as whoever you are, you know what exactly to do. If you're a father, you know what to do. The community, the in-laws, instead of provoking this woman, you need to support them when they're breastfeeding. Thank you so much once again, Edrine. Mukalazi is my name. I've worked with Muhumuza, I've worked with Jonan, and of course a very big crew with which we want this and with which we work late in the night when you people are watching us from the comfort of your living rooms. And of course, we want to appreciate the Ministry of Health together with Child Investment Foundation plus Makerere University. We wish you a blessed night. See you again tomorrow.
Family Hour, empowering families one episode at a time. Together, we build strong, healthy, and thriving families with our daily dose of inspiration and expert insights on topics that matter, like education and career growth.
God did not give the white people or the black people less talents. No.